In the late 70s and early 80s, our next guest was a fixture on millions of TVs as part of the iconic series, The Dukes of Hazzard. And this weekend, you can catch John Schneider at Volunteer Speedway in Bulls Gap at Bo's Extravaganza. And here to share with us more about his amazing career and to get us ready for a weekend full of fun is John Schneider. Hey, John, how you doing this morning?
Hey, I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. So delighted to be here on your wall. It's great. We're getting ready for a fantastic weekend. And I woke up with a perfect name for this whole thing yesterday morning. Are you ready?
Yeah, give it to me.
It's called The Greatest Show on Dirt.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Don't you think so? I mean, it kind of sums it up.
Volunteer Speedway is, you go down there on any weekend and you're going to experience a great show on dirt down there, but you're bringing the greatest one this weekend. Give the folks a little preview of what's going to be happening this weekend.
Well, we're bringing music. I've done a lot of music over the years, so we're bringing music. Myself, Cody McCarver, Keith Burns, the Stars and Bars Band, and a bunch of local artists will be there. We're bringing stunt performers from Texas in and from Louisiana in. Not only are they going to be doing kind of a stunt show, but they're also going to be teaching people. If you're interested in learning how to do a high fall into an airbag, come on out. That's going to be fun. We're going to have food. On Saturday, my wife and I are actually going to be racing on that wonderful, wonderful track in our race cars. I have an orange open-wheel modified V-Mod car that I'll be racing. It does have the 01, does have General Lee, and it does have the Rebel flag. So I'll be racing that. On Friday night, we're going to be having a VIP experience where we're playing some music. We're also going to be showing Stand On It. Now, that's not this movie I'm working on here. This is actually the sequel to Stand On It, and it's called Poker Run. But we're going to be showing Stand On It on our big screen. We're kind of like when Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey used to come to town, except we don't bring elephants. We bring race cars and stunt performers, a 50-foot screen so that we can watch Stand On It, and everybody will have a great time. And it all ends on Sunday with what my favorite part, actually, it's Cowboy Church. We have a local pastor who's not only coming himself, but he's bringing his entire congregation. They're going to be out there in the dirt, because dirt don't hurt. They're going to be out there in the dirt with the rest of us, fellowshipping and singing and making a new friend, and, of course, worshiping God. So it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I don't want anybody to miss it because it is, in fact, the greatest show on dirt.
And you are a man of many hats. I mean, actor, producer, director, doing everything, musician. I mean, you play music, you're editing movies, you got all the hats. It's almost like a NASCAR victory lane, you're changing hats so much. Talk to me about that. I mean, it all began for you in the late 70s when things really kicked off with the Dukes of Hazzard, but you have parlayed this into a 40-year career.
Well, it's for the public, it started in 1979 when Dukes aired, but I was 19 in 1979, and I'd already been doing theater and guitar and magic and performing for a full decade. So I started this journey. I started when I was 8 years old. So I'm when you're a 8, 9, 10, 11-year-old in community theater, it is required that you build sets and hang lights and do makeup and sing a song and remember your lines. So I don't look at myself as multifaceted. I look at this as just things that were required of me when I was a teenager, and I'm just still doing them. I'm still doing the same thing that I was doing when I was a kid. Only now the cameras are better. I used to make movies with my Super 8 camera, and I used to edit them with a little cutting razor blade and tape on a shag rug in Mount Kisco, New York. And now I'm 61 years old. I'm still telling stories. I'm still cutting movies together like I did then. And I could not be happier in life. You've got to take charge of your circumstance, especially in the last year and a half, 2 years. You've got to decide what is your liberty worth to you, and what does that mean to you? And what it means to me is I'm not going to let anything or anybody or any circumstance successfully stand in between myself and my dream. So I'm going to go over it, around it, or through it, but I'm not going to stop. Just can't do it. It's not in my nature.
You know, you started there. You know, you talked about the Dukes of Hazzard. It seems like each generation up until now, you've got an iconic character out there in TV land for them to follow. I mean, you had Smallville. You got the haves and have-nots that's going on right now. You've been on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, I have.
I mean that is an awesome resume when you look at it. Anyone that sticks out to you, one thing that you say, this is my favorite thing that I've done.
Well, I tell you, my favorite thing really is what we're doing right now. This coming to communities and bringing people back together again, and finding out really that when a family comes up to me and the 50-year-old dad says, "I watch you every Friday night," and then the 4-year-old son or daughter says, "Wow, that's Bo." To have not just a career, but a presence, I guess, that has spanned and continues to span all of those generations, really is such an honor. So I love getting out and meeting people. I love that we are making our own films now. Mm-hmm. I've never really been someone who has been content working for someone else. It just never has. I mean, I've done it for decades, but I just, I feel like I have a story to tell, and I have a way to tell that story that is unique. So right now, my bride and I, this movie here is our 12th movie we've made in under 8 years.
Wow.
And we've done a whole lot of music. We are telling stories our way with whom we want to, each and every day of our lives. So this is what stands out. If it weren't for that, what would stand out the most for me is my love and appreciation for the man who was my Uncle Jesse, which was Denver Pyle. He was my rock. He was what held me together during what could have been a disastrous time. The global success is not an easy thing. And when Dukes of Hazzard was on the first time, right, there were only 3 networks. There was ABC, CBS, and NBC. There weren't 800 channels or 1,000 channels, and this technology we're talking over right now was decades away. And when you have 28 million people a week watching you jump in the window of a car, it can be wonderful and it can be a little unsettling. Well, Denver Pyle made sure that I kept my head out of the clouds and my feet planted firmly on the ground, and I miss him every day.
And we miss him too as well. We miss Dukes of Hazzard still in syndication out there. You can see it. But John Schneider, we are looking so forward to seeing you this weekend at Volunteer Speedway in Bulls Gap.
Thank you, folks. Come on out, get your tickets. You can go to eTix and just look up John Schneider. All the ticket information is there. VIP tickets are available, but there's not that many of them. So if you want the VIP experience on Friday, get them now, or you can just show up at the Speedway. But it's better if you get them ahead of time. That way you know that you're not going to miss out.
All right. Thanks for taking some time with us today. We appreciate it.
You're so welcome. You have a great day. Remember, it's all about community, right?
That's it.
Shake a hand, make a friend, be a friend. You take care.
It is Bo's Extravaganza. It's happening this weekend at Volunteer Speedway.
The greatest show on dirt.